Gentlemen, gentle ladies, and lady men. If I forgot somebody, please write a letter to the ACLU and hold me accountable. You guys are a very special audience because you are the inaugural audience to Every Word Poetry's inaugural theatrical production. Woo! Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Blasphemy of a Good Bath is the brainchild of Michael Hatcher. Fans of Michael Hatcher? He kind of serves as the patriarch for Every Word Poetry, and he's honed his craft over decades, and he's even allowed some young and, dare I say, green poets join him on his journey tonight as he lives the dream of being paid to do his craft.
You getting money? You owe me money, I'm a debt.
You better get on some free advertising, get some more money in your pockets, that's what I'm saying. But if you've been to our Monday night open mics, you know about Every Word. And if you haven't, it's actually a non-profit part of a larger conglomerate known as the Poet House, whose mission statement reads as such. The Poet House cultivates a care-centered community of spoken word poets by uplifting the marginalized and building spaces where art is a catalyst for change.
All right.
Isn't that something?
It is.
What we mean to say is that poetry isn't just for the church house or for the gin house or for the journals of children who are way overdue for therapy. If your daughter is speaking in rhyme, go see the lady because it's time. But truly, the art of the spoken word is one of the oldest forms of human creation.
Amen.
In West Africa, griots used poetry to trace genealogies of families. In the Middle East, poets were drafted into the army because they were soldiers too. And as they recited their ballads, they encouraged the morale until they won the war against their fellow countrymen.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine a world where poetry is integrated through every facet of society?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Check it. Tonight, we're going to have an ensemble of poets before we have the main act, which is by Michael Hatcher. That being said, our poetry is only as good as you allow it to be. So if there's something that you like, snap your fingers, clap your hands, stomp your feet. I know that's right. Maybe even say something, exclaim. We live off of that kind of energy. And because this is such an audience-oriented show, I want to remind you that there's an open door policy. Feel free to leave if something becomes too heavy. We do not take it personally. Tonight you're gonna laugh. You're going to cry. You're going to be inspired to text your daddy that I hate you for what you did to me. And then turn right around and say, I'm sorry, you tried your best. We have a fantastic night ahead of us. However, I think it's quite important that you get to meet your host a little bit. So consider this to be a formal introduction of Tender René. He's the rare type that can remember the first pain of stinging dry air ripping up his lungs. White hands reaching into the black depths of mother, he kept pulling up to keep himself from being lynched by the miracle of birth. 6 nights of coaxing and the infant child refused to wail. They ticked and tapped at the baby, but the doctor didn't have the stomach to spank it until it cried, so mother performs her first act of love. She wails on him till he's a shade below brown skin, and thus begins the howl of infantile misunderstanding. And it was only then that mother treated him to the holy bosom. She asked for a white swaddle and a cup of water that she speaks tongues over. She splashes the baby's forehead, dedicates him to her mother God, but he wants to be his own man. Be entirely dedicated to his own God. He just didn't know where to find it. At 7, he received a bike. Glory be, a handlebar and 2 wheels wrapped in chain. He now had means to come and go. And maybe he'd find the cooling waters that drowned heathens and spat out saints. That's when he broke his addiction to tacit acceptance. He knew mother was a violent lover, so it made her the darling of the Delta. She was real clean about it. No men with wives, never more than one at the same time, had to be old enough to lie about what they want in life. She cries after sex as if she's ashamed to have been driven to that lust that she prays against. She made herself to be a kingmaker. So when she was upset about her men allowing her to suffer even 1 second of loneliness, they would regret the day when the oil refused to pour. And he was on the prowl for the same thing. So he built prayer closets using couch cushions and beach towels, and there he grit his teeth, shut his eyes so tight he sent all the blood to his forehead trying to imagine his God, but all he saw was the light show behind him. Then he passed out. From squeezing his brain just short of hemorrhage. After that, he knew he had to find God elsewhere. At 15, he took that bike and he sought his Lord. Even after the street lights came on, even after mother came home, the pastor suggested she lock the deadbolt, but when he didn't come back, she thought he too old for a whooping. He ready to be punched in the chest. On day 4, mother starts dusting her knuckles. On day 10, she counts 1 knuckle for every commandment he's surely broken. On day 12, she starts hoping that the law and the rest of the world will pulverize him for his damn ego, nay, his pride that allowed him to think that he could disown a mother. Don't he know he break the law of Moses? No, he don't know nothing about nothing in all his 15 years of age except Moses. His bassinet has always been rocked by gators. His first mattress was infested by piranhas, and now he rides his bike deep into the desert with the confidence of a beast that has nothing left to fear, for it had been written that it be the sacrifice. On day 16, it occurs to him he hasn't eaten in weeks, but somehow he's gained so much weight. On day 20, he comes across a series of 8 puddles. And in each one is a reason for the beating, for the overwork, for the disappointment in his chosen appetites, for the gag order that never lets up and none he will accept. He hopscotch his way through the first 7. Emptying the pools with his seismic landings, and he giggles at the sensation of his wet jeans, but when he hops into puddle 8, he slips and finds himself floating in an unconquered ocean made of syrup. Water rushes his lungs, but he's breathing just fine to his leftist mother. In stasis, in vitro, heart beating half as fast as she tries to defy the umbilical cord warming her throat. And when he jerks, she writhes unconscious, but he can tell she's begging for mercy. So out of grace, he swims towards her, unwilling to strike her with the same force that started his heart. So instead, he cries that these are the waters from heaven that cannot kill. That she was going to have to drink a flood if she was ever going to have a chance. He screams, manifest, until the molasses is pushed to the sides and he and mother are sitting on a narrow strip of sand. And with the gasp, she coughs up bile, sees the world anew, with a black hand reaching to help her to her feet. Introduction of your host. Usually I would take you out for topics first. And let me tell you, it is your pleasure. Up next, we have our first member of the ensemble, and she's a very special woman to me. because she's given me the opportunity to be a part of Every Word, to make some sort of a living out of doing some sort of creative activity. I said it before and I said it again. If Austin poetry had a mother, it would come from her womb. Please welcome to the stage the maven of Every Word poetry, Jasmine Games.
When I was a little girl, I loved to play with dolls. First, I had my sister's Barbie collection. Tall and thin marionettes in my hands. But I'm a 90s kid. I thought brats were a better fit. They were short and thick, more inclusive. I loved them all. I was never jaded by a Chloe. For Sasha, I was super grateful. Okay, I was a puppet for Yasmin, but of course, my name is Jasmine. One day, my father took a comb to a funky fashion makeover doll, synthetic strands. And with one hand around her neck, he said, all women's hair should look like this. Plastic, polymered in my head. My mom liked dolls too. Porcelain, black, Victorian, flawlessly flushed, unliving formal portraits of perfection, poised in the dining room. I always zoomed past them, but they caught up in my sleep. I wish the porcelain doll was dead. I always wanted a dollhouse. I never got one of my own, but today, I'm furnishing the emptiness inside my mind. I'm inviting you inside. Come sit with me, please. And I couldn't care less about what anyone thinks about the colors painted on my walls, the cleanliness of my thoughts, or how I keep the lights bright because I have this whole place to myself. Well, at least until my cerebrum stills, I can't remember most things. But there's someone's baby doll with ankle-lace socks following me around, groaning my name, leaving my mind cold. She asked to come in. I tried everything to exercise this envious figurine holding me back from living freely until I realized that the haunted doll was me. So today I made a room for her with all her favorite things. Special edition playthings, Hello Kitty in the color pink. I told her everything will be okay despite what her doe eyes have seen and who she was compelled to be. Deciding what it is I need for the very first time, I am building a home inside of me. And the velvet on the love seat is green. There's a garden tub that runs oatmeal bathwater, so I won't color over this skin of mine. And this home is lit by battery-powered candlelight. Here, I play pretend until it becomes my real life. Happiness is uneventful, so I spend my time making something sweet out of the bitterness I consumed. No more making believe it was nourishing me. No more making excuses for why I couldn't be the woman in the good dreams I slept on my own reveries.
Come on.
What's a dollhouse without a room for one's own? What's a doll with a landlord, a master, a government, a little girl dictating the words she speaks? I am almost 30 and finally learning what it means to live for me. Yeah. I tried everything. Just ask what my toys have seen. I wished for a better life and I became life size. Can't you see it in my smiles?
Yeah.
I ask myself, can I just be? I conjure creations from my carcasses, stitching and pinning a new life. I concretize catharsis. I'm content in a life without a pink house and a swimming pool because I am moving out of misery, moving into majesty. This is not lonely. This is not sickly sweet. This, my dear, is peace. And when I'm ready, I'll embrace what's next for me. Woo! My family thinks I'm a celebrity. They think I'm destined for fame, riches, and lands, you know, manifested. They ask me for money as if they know I have it. They need it for rent or for corner store trips. It was always money I thought I had to spend because it was finally mine. But I borrowed out $200 from Cash App to pay my phone bill. I spent thousands on sparkly makeup and flashy clothes because I like to play dress up. Check out my insecurities. I can write a poem in one sitting. But a book or a play takes me years to complete. And not enough people buy my last literary collection to pump up my piggy bank enough to change my life, let alone the people I share blood with, people I shed blood for. I work until my elbows light up from the grease and my knees ash until they split red, but at least I get recognized on the street. They say you're that poetry girl. Paper poets with prestigious publications perplexed by my plague parables proclaim they don't see the proficiency in my pen. All they see is trauma, but at least I'm a great performer. I've made a stage out of the city. Ripped the spine out of the binding that could not hold me. I've rewritten my own story. They keep telling me to write something more happy. Guess I don't got it in me. Say I'm too old to write about my childhood. I got 5 adult siblings who ain't got over it yet.
Come on.
Shit, 4 of them older than me. 12 nieces and nephews. I'm scared for go, for rope and swing from the family tree. I was great at giving. I knew how to make $1, so if I gave them my last, at least the kids got to eat. I got all this pain, I should make a killing. I'm just happy I never killed someone living or breathing, but I guess the bar is low when you know how easily you could have spent your whole life behind us.
Wow.
But yeah, I guess I did make it. When I look at the alternative, yes, I do have something to be grateful for. I didn't make something out of nothing. I made something out of a life of subservient obedience, sexual objectification, instilled insecurity, and systemic exclusion. I'm intelligent, bright, sharp, diligent, gifted, and talented, and yeah, I've been called a genius. I don't say it because I think I'm better than anyone. I say it because it's fact. Sometimes I kick myself in the ass for how many years and loans I spent for arts administration. I am a creative, but I could have easily chosen STEM. I would have been that bitch rocking a lab coat and heels. But I guess my selfishness shows up in wanting to be seen. Damn it, I just wish I could do something like sing. My artistic vice is spoken word poetry. Statistically, that won't solve generational poverty, but still, I've shared space with my greats. It's hard to believe I deserve it. My imposter syndrome says, who am I to swap spit with celebrity wordsmiths? But the truth is, these poets should be so big that they have to walk around with giant guard stiff-arming stands from their face. But instead, they're reigniting rhetoric at our local slams to preserve the legacy of their names when they were made champions a few times these past decades. But poetry is the literary genre that gets paid the lightest. And if I dare treasure how it falls from my lips, more than it spills from my pen, some might not even call me a poet. But at least I got recognized at HEB. At least, if this is where I peak, I saw the skyline from my balcony. At least, I escaped a life so bad my family thinks I'm a celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that last side always gets me. Applause for the family who think higher than us than we think of ourselves. Except for you over there. You think your child is some broke vagrant, huh?
Oh, no, not my her child.
Well, I'm going to go on, forgive that debt. She said poetry is the lightest paid profession.
That's right.
Open up a window, ain't no jobs outside. But we have the esteemed privilege to welcome up our next poet. Call your mama, tell your Medea, because she rhymed just like Bahama Medea. And all she needs is one Metro Boomin contract, and she got a Grammy. But she did tell me a few things she wanted to let y'all know, okay? She's super smart, she's super pretty, and that one time when she won Shake That Ass at a Houston club. So if she turns to the side, and y'all say something crazy, I got bear mace in my purse. Please welcome Miss Trin-I-Tee.
Come on.
The day he rose, I, though previously proud of how premonition snuck into the seams of my dreams, how my third eye glistened and gleamed, I didn't see it coming. An educator for less than 2 months, spent most of them first days trying to convince the 12th grade mind how to perceive space and time beyond the confines of their current paradigm. Trying to catch them when they had the motivation to seek more than they can see, or sharing 5 fish and hush puppies with some babies who really couldn't understand my title. Still no mind in these 4 walls left idle. You had to leave with something. A peace of mind, a word, a vision. With them I painted vivid visions of the college me, hoping somewhere between the line they'd read how to be better than me. Show them what it mean when you use both feet. One to stand up for yourself, the other your community. It ain't an easy feat. Sometimes you can't even bleed. Sometimes your throat, it'll scratch when you use it.
That's right.
But shit, you learn to speak through it.
Yeah.
I just hope to drop enough heat they stay warm when the world never been turned cold. To them moments, I bore my soul. I became a mother fast. To some girls, still inside, merely a girl, still dabbling in experiences that shorten my lifespan. Still crying, disappearing when I couldn't accept my God-given hands. Still stuffed animals surrounding my bed, take out crowded my fridge. I wasn't no mother. The day he rose, though, I believe the woman in me. I thought I woke that day to teach kids how to dream, how to believe in things unseen. Teaching survival was not in my contract. Yet that day, God had bestowed it upon me. Before then, I'd managed to remain emotionally detached. Every interaction came with a harsh deadline and the unspoken energy of emotional insecurity. I wasn't ready to teach fighting techniques in the battle. I was still learning to win. Trusting the goddesses more than ancestors than mine. Plus, like I said, I was just praying they'd read between the lines. I seen what happened when school districts turn tribal, when teachers fall out of favor and get replaced with unhinged idols. I seen what happened when kids get state systemic value, when education is devalued. I walked in classrooms when no mind was tuned, no spirit was present. They essence captured in some fabricated scheme, money, lust, drugs, and screens. I just wondered what it means if they graduate never knowing about dreams and spiritual things. Anyway, I wore heels that day, and the best hand-me-down dress in my closet, red and gold like African royalty made American. The fabric, a reminder of my grandmamas who worked more than they laughed, hustled more than they played. I came in that day asked to say, I am the adult around here. Still, my dad's most sacred lessons couldn't quite prepare me for what my eyes would see. I remember us suspicious silence, then gut-wrenching screams, something straight off TV. The way one of them little girls ran to me, I knew whatever she saw, puncture was finna bleed for an eternity. 18 years old, the day he rose, I suppose we ain't safe here. Less than 50 feet from my office, a lost boy murked into a murder. No rain that day, still inside. I heard thunder. I ain't mean to yell. Shit, it was all I knew. I figured if another soul rise today, it's gonna be because of me. Cause I didn't dot my eyes, forgot to cross my T's. What happens when a child's final baptism is in a pool of blood? Wonder why God ain't cover up their eyes, why they had to watch them bleed. Why he, a child whose limited discrepancy, me, he couldn't run too fast. Who tracked me, he couldn't hear the screams. As I pile these kids in my office, I wonder why I couldn't get this day in a dream. Why God ain't let me protect the kids who seen a mama in me. I heard the loudest kid go silent. My happiest baby, she turned to violence. You could almost smell they anger. I called it a flame, cause what all it took to burn, I knew it'd be hard to tame if the purest kid they knew still ended up consumed. What did it mean for them? What did it move in me? And who decides who gets to rise?
Woo!
In my dreams, I was living way more than lavish, and my heart was real gold, and my fingers bore magic. Think I had about 10, 11 electric cars, and in my backyard was a rocket headed straight for Mars, and I built a town on Pluto for when Earth was feeling rough. Let's go some other galaxies where the air wasn't so venomous. Me and some moons grew closer than first cousins. I floated with the stars, dodged meteors by the dozens, and my neighbors was ancient trees with small worlds between the stems of the leaves and roots that delved so deep they found themselves on top of our heads, disguised as rain. I had shape-shifting water fountains that resembled me, and a pit rare for conserving honeybees, and the sun stayed up like me and May in Houston. All my homies was fed, no hidden licks, no one boasted. My pantry was full, and it was walk-in. Hell, I had so much food, the chips and snack cakes got cool, started talking, and in my freezer was every cut of chicken, and my cousin Chino famous brisket. Hell, I even got interviewed for world's largest kitchen. No more counting quarters, penny pinching, play licking. No more keeping my braids in, cause I don't know when I'm gonna get my hair done again. Plus my shampoo and my gel just ran out, and my last comb starting to lose teeth. No more riding with the tank on E. I ain't had no clout, but a nigga was at peace. And I had about 6 degrees. I mean, my PhDs had PhDs with no student loans. Had 2 getaway spots, one in Cape Town, the other in Cameroon. I even engineered a new phone, crafted out black and gray stone to free my brothers and sisters in Congo. No more war in Palestine, no one getting left behind. For real, this time. No tennis chains, diamond earrings. We rock pearls on our ears and our necklaces, cause we know the blood behind that metal be way too treacherous. No invasive thoughts crowding my mind, no procrastinating my time, no anxiety fucking up my rhymes. The past wasn't haunting me, the future no mystery in the present. I was simply blessed to be. In my dreams, we was all kings and queens. Global warming wasn't a thing, and aliens lived alongside human beings. No animals extinct, no private prison. The wrongfully accused was freed up out the system, and I had about 7 beautiful kids. And I taught them each how to dream, so now one of their asses behave still. The next generation was something profound. Wasn't no division on the basis of politics or religion. We all carried empathy. I stayed with some niggas calling me. It was the climb. Cause in my dreams I had a partner who healed my spirit and carried my spine. I ain't even had no job. I was getting paid for my mind. Fed my family off these rhymes. One too many laws, no black folk in Oz, no more war without a cause. We had more trees than every view and stream. My name so well called with the greats, and even CPT wasn't a thing. We was never late. Damn. Don't I dream alike? Trying out different conclusions like I myself have found and lost the plot. I wasn't taught the beauty of magical happenings and what all you could do with some faith and a journey.
The thing about living in Austin is that it's expensive as hell. And you're not gonna make your rent unless you got more than one hustle. So call me your host and your goddamn janitorial services. Hell, call me Farmer John. Got me laying out next season's corn and shit. But I'll tell you something. Hasn't this been a black ass show?
Yeah!
But the thing is about black people is that we have never, ever fought our plight in America alone. We did so with the assistance of our Native American brothers and sisters. How else do we find our place in this land without asking those who guard this here land? And if you don't believe me, it's why your granny keeps saying she half Indian, doing good and damn well to box perm in her head. You know what I'm talking about. You did that 23andMe and was disappointed at them. But that being said, we have a fantastic Native American poet who not only knows his way around a pen, but knows his way around the gym. Please welcome to the stage, Mazat.
Virgencita de Guadalupe, en tu rostro moreno está la fuerza de Dios. Visítanos, bendice a nosotros, tus hijos, anímanos a vivir en la justicia, ayúdanos a reconstruir el pueblo. En ti está nuestra esperanza. Mamma Mia beat her turtle drum to this every night, turning prayer into song beside my petate, praising pure pueblo pigmentation, making holy a flesh I wanted to peel, macheting myself open like yucca, hoping to reveal something whiter. La Virgencita appeared to Juan Diego December 12th, an Indian peasant bringing proof we were blessed to skeptical Christians. Dilma wrapping abundant Castilian roses. Upon it, our sacred mother. And she was brown, so brown you couldn't tell where earth ended, and she began blind and booming brown like cleansed hands in soil. She is the medium of all heavenly life. God's roots grew by her hand. They could never deny her celestial grace. Mamma Mia said they could never deny mine. Seeing heads hung from ropes on my face, she knew what was coming for me. The men in my family are closest in color, yet it's because of her I kiss my skin. The summer sun made me of her. Trin-I-Tee painted her lines upon my face, leaving me copper like roasted corn. My family was excited when I first came. Firstborn son to Papa's only boy. A new man to protect. That's what we're made for, right? Before I am my father's son, I am my mother's child. Her womb, my only tether to our people. I was born December 11th, the day before La Virgen came. My tuna's hide covered in Nunan's blood, dripping from cuts collected during border crossing. She spent the next month in a hospital bed, asking for a priest on January 13th. Tears eroded Papi's jade face. Bottle absent of maternal warmth, a white-robed man praying above her, claiming to be sending her in peace. He said it was his God's miracle I kept my mother. My family celebrated my birth more than my mother's escape from death. Has colonialism convinced us women hold no value? Is the excitement of another living man worth more than the life of a woman?
Yes.
Blood clots hold my vocal cords together. They're not mine. I don't have any blood. Solo las lágrimas de todas mis abuelas. My pounded heart reveals painful memories. Bludgeon brown brows on top of ocote spears, decorated by scarlet stained huipiles. La Virgencita's anointed jewels, reduced to war trophies. Her mourning falling from empty, lifeless eyes, all the way into my veins, to my tongue. If I don't give their imposed silence a voice, the clots tumble out as a reminder, dropping, dripping, drowning my speech. My arrival tore my mother's mortal dam, giving way to convulsive crimson currents. Men make our brutal becoming a prophecy, telling ourselves we must always be covered. Don't you see? That was our first lesson, teaching us to be better men, to recognize divinity is only in them. We have corrupted ancestral wisdom. 70% of femicides in Latin America are done by men close to the victims. Who is closer to our women other than ourselves? I could tell you about the white man who took Mamma Mia's hope, feeling entitled to a blessed brown body. But what if I told you the one who beat her brown to blue looked just like me? The colonizer's tongue hadn't grown in his Mayan mouth, only by his mother's grace. I can see her lines in grandma's heavy face, in each depiction of La Virgen, and I know he did too. The elders say, you're only chorti if your mother is. Sacred femininity tying us to the ancestors. They're the ones who keep our culture. Embroidering huipiles, we are too embarrassed to wear. Constructing altars the right way, but we are always at church. Our language feeds off their breast, suckling with every word spoken to us as children. La Virgen was Tonantzin before Catholic renaming, never a colonial invention. And Jesus was only the Son of God because of Mary. We are only chorti because of our mothers. She commanded us to get on our knees, open our malevolent mouths, drown in the horrors we've caused. Tonantzin, sentence us to death, tear out our spirits, use them to raise up each worshipful woman's grave until we have paid this ancestral debt.
Oh, Lord.
Papatacho, en el sope estoy montado, montes mostrando milpas milenarias, majestuosos mayas moviendo maíz, contigo en el centro, tus ojos obreros bendicen mi rostro rojo. I remember every line on your face, ones I never got to see. Chonchos cherish chosen chorti country, just as they cherished you. Even 30 years later, blooming, parting blossoms like the Red Sea, they show you walked among them, their hearts awaiting your return. They recognize you in me, finding false crimes collected, the heaviness of liberation, deprivation. My body has taken on your tolls. Papatacho, ¿por qué me has desamparado?
Muéstrame tu miedo, mijo.
Papatacho, temo tratar de llenar tu huipil, de Choncho's last Indian leader, carrying our people down the red road, even at the expense of your own aging body. You rose, carrying us all within your mecapal, strapped to plaguing memories and chains. Strength lived in you. Cowardice festers in me. I was born where you died. Maybe that's where shit went wrong. I sprung from the evil they put upon you. The parts Mother Earth left to rot. I could never be of your greatness. Your red skin exuded solar rays. Dishonor, unable to shine. I'm like the moon. I can't exude my own illumination. Relying on our people as my personal sun.
Muéstrame tus manos, mijo.
Seeds held by generations of Mayan hands, shining purple, red, and yellow, como Hunampu y Sibalque. You left them for me to grow. I planted them the month you died, a season in which nothing grows. I watered them with alcohol, collected from Nuteku's tears. I protected their fruit with brittle barriers, constructed from Amaana's breaking bones. I'm scared of turning ancestral legacy into nothing, leaving our people to be colonially consumed. Que siempre haya cosecha, sin que llegue el cultivo. Your brown hands made pupusas during dry season, hirviendo atol para espantar la sed. Instead, I take mazorcas home. I make chaparro out of every grain. I get the choncho drunk, make them dance in the middle of a stone-paved pueblo to barren bellies bellowing, beating, and singing, struggling livers.
¿Me has mostrado tu alma? Allí estoy yo.
They knew a part of you was being reborn. Following the Bethlehem star, all native nations brought gifts to me. Celestial jade, chichipince, copal. The sins of our people weigh upon me. I'm the holy son that'll die for their purgation. The Choncho's righteousness won't let them take from me. So I'll make my own Giote cross, where la Celis y el Calvario meet. I'll plant pipianes, frijoles, y maíz at its feet. Squash and bean vines tying me as they grow. Let your daughter make my crown out of purple maíz, her solemn tears washing my life away. Let our milpa flourish from my ashes, quench its thirst with my blood, resuscitating in each sprouting kernel, witnessing the empire made from my soul, and holding your hand as I surrender my life once again.
I'm sorry, y'all. Something about seeing men cry just get me a little hot. Over there shifting in my seat. Well, we've had ourselves an eventful night, let me tell you. And I think it's about time we have ourselves a little bit of a break. Y'all getting something to drink?
Yeah, we need a drink.
I know
we
that's
need a
right.
drink, man.
My brother over there, he's sucking on these ice cubes.
Oh, we need more than that, bro. We need a drink up in there.
We go get yourself from the bar.
Yeah. Help me out, Will. I need a drink. Don't need a drink.
Is it my turn yet?
You can pee.
You know what? Y'all don't deserve that bit no more. Y'all go on out there and get yourselves something to drink. We have a wonderful show cocktail called Hatch Water. It's real good, yes. Yeah, he's steeped in liquor for about 72 hours. And let me tell you, tastes like a man should. Feel free to file out when you're ready. There'll be a bell ringing to let you know when it's time to come back in.
All right, all right.
All right, how was intermission? Oh, that's right, I know that's right. Y'all went to the bar and stuff?
Yes.
You threw him $1 or $2? Okay, because I need y'all to support poetry and wage workers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What you drinking over there?
Great question.
You got the what?
Great question. I don't know.
But it's
good.
It's good though. Somebody call Oxford University Press because pretty girls drink something good. All right. What about you? What you having? You ain't have nothing to drink. So what I'm hearing is you think you're better than me because I'm a bald-headed alcoholic. It's all shriveled up in the color of the back of Akon's neck. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, okay. Right. This is a microphone for the same to y'all like Frankie Beverly with Maze. Okay? Nah, blame. They ain't my kid. But we are finally at the main act of tonight's show. I struggle so much with trying to announce this person because, to be honest, I used to think that men's poetry wasn't all that good. You know, they have a hard time connecting with their emotions, and there's only so many times I can hear you say, I hate my bitch wife in rhyme. You know what I'm saying? But then I met this fool, and he done turned it all the way around. Strong depth of character, an emotional well that cuts all the way through to China. Michael Hatcher. But before we announce him, we're going to take it the old Baptist way and bring up a little minister of music. Okay. This young woman has been writing songs since the 7th grade. She grew up in the church and she played the guitar for the Lord. Come on. Woo! Please welcome to the stage, Tiffany Rose.
Come on,
Wake me when it's over. Call me when it's through. Maybe I'll be sober. We both know that ain't true. Put me in the credits. You said I'm your muse. But that was this morning at breakfast, and by evening I'll be something new. 'Cause you'll make me the villain you wanted. I'm evil, vile, the threats. I told you I'm just being honest, and you tell me I'm making a mess. So I'll take your notes and directions. I hope that means you won't leave. Oh, but that was this morning at breakfast. By evening you'll have recast me. And wake me when it's up. Call me when it's done. You say you're my hero, so why are you holding that gun? You told me I should trust you, that it would all be fine. Why I wasn't looking? Oh, you winced, you changed every line. To make me the villain you wanted. I'm evil, vile, and cruel. I told you I'm just being honest. You tell me I'm being a fool. So still I will take your direction, even though it always aggressive and evil and bad. You tell me I'm being unreasonable. I tell you, you just make me sad. And even with all these corrections, I know changing won't mean a thing. Oh, and after this morning at breakfast, I know the real villain's not me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I got one more song for you guys tonight. This song's a little more lovey-dovey, but sometimes we do make mistakes. All right.
I still believe my forever's with you. Love like ours true doesn't die. And even though I cannot look at your face, still feel your hands on my thighs. And I feel your breath at the nape of my neck, and your lips, they're still here on my cheek. And when I close my eyes, your arms actualizing. I can feel them wrap around me, my sweet baby. Oh, baby, forgive me, my love, 'cause I didn't know that maybe you would save me. I thought that I was in this world alone. I know I can't call, so I wrote this song. I hope it reaches your ears, 'cause I play these notes till my hands start to bleed. It meant you and me still be here. And I've got regrets about the way that we left things and how we said our last goodbye. But I know one kiss would put an end to all the darkness and let in the light. My sweet baby, oh baby, forgive me, my love, 'cause I didn't know that maybe you would save me. I thought that I was in this world alone, all alone. I was alone. I thought that I was in this world alone. I was on my own, all on my own. I thought that I was in this world alone. Oh, baby, my baby. I know it hurts, but don't let it all go. 'Cause maybe, just maybe, love is strong enough to bring you home.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now, I am not as good a host as Tender René, I must admit, but I am tasked with the privilege, actually, of introducing a friend of mine, someone who believes in me, someone who saw me sing and said, I need you in my show. And it meant so much to me. I love him very, very much. So please put your hands together, stomp your feet, whistle, I don't know, for Mr. Michael Hatcher.
My name is Michael. Like the archangel.
Ooh.
Like the warrior.
That's right.
Like the boy that has roots deep in the Fort Worth soil. In Hebrew, my name means he who is like God. So the only logical conclusion is that God is made of chocolate. And that would explain why all the people I love come in gold packaging, and there's nothing sweeter than forgiveness. My name is Michael. It means he who is like his father. The attorney. The one who would spend his mornings practicing court monologues in the mirror means that sometimes I stare into my own reflection and practice telling people things they want to hear. I'm okay. Everything's gonna be okay. We're all doing just fine. My name is Michael. It means he who is like his mother. It means mama's boy knows how often divinity comes in the form of a woman. And she said to them, thou shalt have your asses at home by the time the street light comes on. My name is Michael. It means he who is kind of like God. Imagine an angel with a dented halo. The contradictions are a lot to wrap your head around. If God was a chocolate boy from Fort Worth, as a child, he probably had an issue with hoarding candy. As an adult, that probably turned into an issue with hoarding people. My question is, who cursed God with such a vicious sweet tooth? My name is Michael. Today, it means insomniac. It means the child with the restless soul inherits all of the family arguments. It means my love for chaos might be the sole reason you don't stay together for the kids. I bet you he who was like God has trouble maintaining relationships. I bet intimacy feels like wildfire burning blue below his neck. Oh, how those chocolate boys melt in the summertime. My name is Michael. It means Christmas Eve of my senior year, my whole goddamn house burned down. If you go back to Fort Worth, you can still hear the spark and the crackle where the fireplace used to be. My name is Michael.
Come on.
Like Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson. I love to entertain. Poetry is my favorite form of witchcraft. Burn me at the stake and I will set the stage on fire. I bet you he who was like God had two best friends named William and Khalil.
Come on.
I bet they were chocolate boys too. I guess that makes them the three muskets. You know, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's almost like the children that we grow up riding bikes with will one day carry our parents' caskets. My name is Michael. It means he who likes to flake. It means, yeah, I told you I was coming, but my anxiety, she shook her head no. It means after 2 missed appointments, I guess God's therapist ghosted him. I guess there's no point in seeking help if you're already haunted. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he who is like God is afraid of the dark. No wonder he's scared to close his eyes. It's like unwrapping the packaging of your favorite chocolate bar and realizing you gotta chew through the gold to get to everything that glitters. My name is Michael. In Hebrew, it means he who is like God. And therein lies the clarity. He was candy the whole time. When I was a kid, I used to take swimming lessons at the East Side YMCA. They really taught us the basics, you know. We would hold the wall and kick. We would put our faces underwater for 5 seconds. We would move our arms like we were really swimming.
Yeah.
And I was cool with all of that. The part I wasn't cool with was that damn diving board. It was this weird fiberglass blue. Check this out, check this out. At the end of every class, they would have us all line up and take turns jumping off of that stupid, flimsy diving board into the part of the pool that was 8 feet deep.
That's right.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but 8 feet deep and swimming lessons should never go together. 8 feet deep might as well be 125 feet deep at that age, not to mention the height of the board above the water.
That's right.
You might as well have been asking me to jump out of a plane. So here's the setup, y'all. You got one instructor on the side telling you when to jump. You got one instructor in the water, waiting, and waiting, because I wasn't doing it. Nope, not me. Now my sister, mermaid daredevil, jumped right in. Me, on the other hand, every class, walk to the end of the board, look down, shake my head no, not jump. Every class. Walk to the end of the board, look down, shake my head no, start crying, walk off. That was until my dad came. Now see, back then, my dad was bigger than an oak tree. His roots covered so much of the ground. He was my hero. I didn't want to make him mad, and I didn't want to disappoint him. So here's the setup. You got one instructor in the water. Wait. You got one instructor on the side telling me when to jump, and my dad is staring directly at me as he's walking towards me. And I don't want to disappoint him, so I know I have to jump this time. So I'm at the end of the board, I see the instructor, I see my dad, I start crying, and I...
Yes.
There are people in this world that don't know the difference between a bath and a baptism.
That's right.
I say God is moving through both. I say God is a talented musician using her voice to bend and shape water at her will. I say, if you give me some Epsom salt, some bubbles, a couple candles, then I can give you a clean religion. That's my truth. That's the moon and my mom's legacy to me, and she said to me, boy, if you don't get your ass in that water, in my heart, masculinity could use more time soaking and less time surviving. It's a known fact that trees that grow up by rivers have a softer base. They don't get mad as easy. They have a lot more patience. I have a daughter of my own now.
Yes.
It's only fitting that the women in my family gave birth to her first babe. There are intricate steps into creating something beautiful. As a child, I once watched a classmate peel a butterfly's wings off. Today, I still cry at the thought of so many flightless monarchs. It's a harsh reminder of all the times I bit the apple and then tried to blame it on Eve. It's a culmination of all the stones I threw and then tried to hide my glass hands, baby girl. Baby girl, Daddy has a bad habit of shattering himself for the privilege of playing in dirt. But you came out with the purest smile. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to the women in my life who taught me the difference between a hand towel and a washcloth.
That's right.
Now, I can remind my little one that there's a place she can go. I can tell her that any liquid she is submerged in is holy water. Woo. And Daddy loves you. And Daddy also loves a Sunday evening bath with a little bit of Epsom salt, bubbles, a couple candles. Dare I put a little bit of lavender in the water? Dare I release the weight society rests upon my shoulders? Lord knows you can't be anybody's savior when you got too many crosses to bear. Believe it or not, I had to do this. I had to put what we want to do with each other. When I tell you to believe it or not, my mother was the one who taught me there's a place we could go to forsake our burdens. It's a place where the grip of gravity can't reach. Shirley Hatcher taught me that black joy is an act of resistance. And at the same time, ethnicity matters so much less when the goal is to get clean. I'm a spiritual being. But I've never been one to put my faith in a skin tone. Yeah. I believe where there are people, then there are commonalities. I believe in hope. I hope everyone knows the sky never promised us 24 hours.
That's right.
I choose to take a bath. I choose to take a bath so my daughter knows no matter how full our tub gets, we don't have to drown in ourselves.
For as the body is one, and hath many members, and all the members of that one body being many are one body, so also is Christ. For are we all made to drink from one spirit, that we are baptized, whether we be Jew or Gentile, bond or free. Let us all be made to drink.
Oh my Lord, 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 Lord.
I will tell her that she doesn't have to be afraid to bring everything to one place and let it all go.
Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore.
Miss Malone. I didn't do my homework.